Donald Trump is not a fan of exercise. Well, most people aren't, but most people understand that exercise is, for the most part, pretty good for you. Not Donald Trump, though. He actually thinks exercise is bad for your health. Now, the New Yorker and the New York Times both had examples of him talking about how he thinks exercise is a bad idea. Let me give you a few examples. This is from the New Yorker. Other than golf, he considers exercise misguided, arguing that a person, like a battery, is born with a finite amount of energy.
Oh my God.
Didn't I tell you he wants to dispute everything the Obamas did? Didn't Michelle talk about exercise?
Yeah.
No, so it turns out, and I had no idea, he's thought this for a long, long time. And like, he had somebody that he worked with that was getting ready for a triathlon. He's like, oh, you're crazy, dog. You just cut off a couple of years of your life. He didn't say that exactly. We'll share with you what he said. But he really believes this.
And you wonder why Melania doesn't want to go to that White House.
Okay, it's insane. There's more though, there's more. That was just one example, okay? So then there was a book written called Trump Revealed. This is a 2016 book, and in it says the following. After college, after Trump mostly gave up his personal athletic interests, he came to view time spent playing sports as a time wasted. Trump believed the human body was like a battery with finite amount of energy, which exercise only depleted, so he didn't work out. When he learned that John O'Donnell, one of his top casino executives, was training for an Ironman triathlon, he admonished him, "You are going to die young because of this."
Just when you thought he couldn't get any dumber.
Yeah, that's no, but it's interesting because, of course, all the women at the beauty pageants and that when he barged in the dressing room of the teen beauty pageant, which is really almost the worst thing he's ever done, right? Yeah. Young girls, and he's just like, I own the thing, I can do it, right? I mean, it's disgusting in every way, and the things he said with Billy Bush and his wives, like here's who works out, Melania, right? And good for her. God bless. This is nothing I say here should be construed as anything negative in any way about Melania. But the way this guy has talked about women and thought about women and discussed women, you know that if some woman, Melania is like, yeah, totally, I agree, Don, shouldn't exercise anymore, it just depletes my energy. Right, you think he's gonna be okay with him when Melania gains 6 pounds, right? No, he's gonna be grossed out by it, because he's gross.
Look what he said about Rosie. Look what he says about women. He
calling them pigs.
Yeah,
right. Calls them pigs. Yeah, you gain weight, you're a pig. He's talked about women's weight and so many times.
Yeah.
And here's how people lose weight. They eat less and they work out. Right. It's really the only way to make it happen.
What's really interesting though is how incredibly judgmental he is about the physical appearance of other people, men included, not just women, men included. And he has absolutely no, ability to reflect on himself. Like he really genuinely thinks he's a good-looking dude, and it's amazing. Like that level of unearned confidence is pretty amazing.
Well, there was a story that he doesn't, they don't let shots of him playing golf. And part of the reason they don't take shots of him playing golf, part of the reason you don't only see him in the suit is because those suits are nice and they're tailored. But you see him when he plays golf, he looks horrible, right?
Yeah. Well, let me give you.
When they sneak in a shot and we get it out because they got to shoot it through a window. Like you'll catch him and he's wearing a golf shirt and he's got a belt and what do you know? He looks like a guy who's maybe not the most fit guy ever to be president of the United States, contrary to what his doctor said.
To be fair, though, he's not depleting his battery.
Because it's a finite amount of energy. You're born with a certain amount. You can't increase it. You just decrease.
That is science. That is science.
It's insane.
That has been proven.
Right. Okay. So I do want to give you a little excerpt from the New York Times, though, because in this, there's a tiny bit of truth, so I want to get to it. So Trump said he was not following any special diet or exercise regimen for the campaign. He said, all of my friends who work out all the time, they're going for knee replacements, hip replacements. They're a disaster, he said. He exerts himself fully by standing in front of an audience for an hour, as he just did. That's exercise. Okay, so look, it does depend on what kind of exercise you do, right? So I love running, but running is hurting my knees. Like there's no question about it. So it would be a lie if I said all exercise is perfect for your body, it's all good, there's no negatives. Sometimes, like if you're doing, what's that cult like boot camp thing that people love to do?
Cult-like boot camp?
Yeah.
No, it's
Scientology boot camp?
No, the thing where you're lifting. CrossFit. There we go. Yeah, like CrossFit, right?
CrossFit is a cult
or something.
a little bit.
Right, where they lift the things.
kettlebells.
CrossFit's really hard on your body, right? There are benefits, but there are also some downsides, especially if your form's not perfect while you're lifting these insanely heavy weights. So look, it really does depend on the exercise, but overall, exercise is good for your body. Regular physical activity can prevent dementia, type 2 diabetes, some cancers, depression, heart disease, and other common serious conditions, reducing the risk of each by at least 30%. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, I don't see the Academy of Royal Colleges with anything in there about battery depletion, though. So,
But dementia, that would explain like what's going on with him. He's not exercising. He's losing some of that. But I guess
he's not losing it. He was
spewing bullshit is an exercise. That shit can probably be exhausting after sitting in front of people talking for an hour and fucking with their heads.
Physical activity, actually, if you don't do physical activity, it gives you about 1/3 of the effect of smoking. So you know how devastating smoking is for you, and actually not exercising is similar to that. But I can't believe we're having a real conversation about this. It's obviously asinine from an obviously asinine dude. But I think that Ida might have solved it. You know, if regular physical activity can prevent dementia, and he has not had regular physical activity, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
yeah, but I like the Obama point too. Like
everything
Michelle Obama said, work out. No, don't work out. Don't work out. It's better for you.
Him and the guy from Jersey with the big vagina. What's his name again?
With the big
Chris Christie.
The big vagina. They came for the exercise. They came for the exercise. Remember, he was the one that was anti Michelle Obama eating a healthy lunch.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous at this point. It's like, oh, what did the Obamas do? We're not doing that.
Literally, all Michelle Obama did was she said like she's the first lady. It's the most tepid thing in the world. She'd be like, let's try and have our kids eat healthy. And they're like, no!
So Donald Trump took one look at Chris Christie and he's like, that dude's got a full battery.
Yeah.
Young Turks now has over 6 billion lifetime views. You know who did that? You did that. We're now larger than CNN, ABC, you name a news network online, we're larger than them. And you built all that as everyone scoffed and didn't believe. And here we are, guys, thanks to you. Build independent media together with us at tytnetwork.com/join.